Testing. Let me see.
I feel so spooky.
Welcome to my world.
I know. Usually I don't see myself in like full black.
Yeah.
And also usually my hair is two colors instead of one. Is that me?
Is that yours?
I'm gonna put it on silent word.
Yes, please.
Sorry, guys. Okay. It was not even a good message. It was hee hee. How dare you.
What a waste.
Yeah, usually I see myself and I've got like two-toned hair and light colored on top.
But the
and I'm very
last
like
few episodes you were wearing dark jacket.
that's true, but I was wearing pink
pink pants.
pants. So the overall vibe was different, and now I feel very like spooky. So yeah, happy Halloween.
Yes. What is spooky nowadays? When I was a kid, watching horror movies was spooky. That was the thing.
Yes.
Now life is spooky.
Yes, yeah, because I look forward every spooky season to watch horror movies, and and now we have Netflix. We're adults, and we can afford a Netflix subscription. We can watch, series or like American Horror Story and all that. But I don't have the motivation to watch it because of the world news being so overwhelmingly depressing.
Wow. Yeah. Talk about that.
But I think we should not touch on that.
No.
Because everybody's probably too burdened by it already.
I think so.
Yeah.
So we are here in a safe space to lighten up the mood a little bit.
Yes.
Because what's going on in the world right now is just, I'm speechless.
Lack of humanity, definitely.
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway. So, not long ago, feels like an eternity
It
ago.
really wasn't that long ago, but it
wasn't
does
that
feel like a
long
long
ago.
time.
Yeah, it feels like it's been 3 years.
Oh my God.
At least I feel like that.
I do feel like that too.
But it was in July and August that we went traveling.
Yes.
Finally, the COVID shenanigans ended, and we finally went to the
Our
European
flights were
countries.
way more expensive than they should have been.
True. That is
but
true.
But we still went.
Yeah.
We escaped.
So the thing is, I went back to Russia 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
And then after that, I went to Thailand, South Korea, Thailand again. So I was traveling around Asia.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened and we were stuck in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So it's been 5 years since I've seen a European country.
Yeah.
Full of European people and
architecture.
Yes.
Yeah.
And spacious space.
And being
spacious space.
Being able to see the sky.
Shocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is truly shocking because
good shocking though.
Yes. So that's why today we would like to talk about a reverse culture shock.
Yeah.
Because we've been in Hong Kong for such a long time.
Yeah.
Both of us haven't been to European countries for a long time. So going back was a little bit of a shock.
Yes.
Maybe positive, maybe not.
You will find out if you listen.
You will find out if you keep listening. So, first of all, I would like to say that when people ask me, did you have any culture shock when you moved to Hong Kong?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't. I just accepted it. I was young.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, let's roll with it. Like,
Yeah.
this is new, this is interesting, but it's not shocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we were so young and naive and impressionable, but also we were escaping our previous circumstances. So we came here with extremely rose-tinted spectacles.
Yeah.
Everything was exciting and fun. Even the weather didn't faze us.
No.
The job that we hated didn't faze us. We just did it.
Yeah.
Because we were in somewhere that looked so different to our home countries that we were just happy all the time. I was when I first came.
I was.
Yeah. It wore off quite quickly.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
But
yes.
there was no immediate culture shock because it was like an immediate culture surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not shock, like, wow. Yeah.
Exploration, new, interesting.
Yeah.
Nothing was like, oh my God, why? Ugh.
Yeah. No.
It's after 5 and 6 years after living here, you're like, why?
Yeah. And you
But
see
it's not also a shock, it's just a disgust, like why?
Exactly. Like, why is it like this? Why is the culture so ingrained in this way? Like, why have you not let go of these traditions or these kind of quirks that you have that are not socially acceptable in other places?
Yeah.
But I feel like we already did an episode where we touched on those things, where that we're like, why do you do this?
Why?
Why? So
also a little bit of a personal question.
Yeah.
Why does MTR in the morning smells like farts?
I don't know. You'll have to ask people what they ate for dinner.
And for breakfast.
And for breakfast, yeah.
And just entire life. It smells like farts. Very strongly. I'm not exaggerating. MTR in the morning. I don't like it.
At least everybody's arriving to work with, nice flat stomachs after they let it all out on the public transport.
So, I went in July to Germany and I went to Hungary. So I've been to Munich and I've been to Budapest, which are big cities, not like countryside or whatever. So big cities, they're always a little bit different still, quite polished, whatever. But once again, it's not really my culture.
No.
It's still, to me, like a destination, more like a touristy place.
Yeah.
It feels kind of familiar, especially in Budapest. I felt more like at home, very close to home, but still wasn't my home because you went back to your home country.
Yeah.
So for you, not everything was very positive because
No.
you can see different things. You can see the flaws. For me, I was just like, as a tourist, I was like, oh my God, everything is amazing.
Is Munich is considered Western Europe because Germany is Western Europe post whatever happened. Yeah, post segregation or whatever happened. Is Budapest Eastern Europe?
I think
Is Hungary
so.
East Europe?
I think
feel like,
so.
which is probably why you felt
Closer.
more. Yeah, you felt culturally closer to Hungarian stuff than you did with German surroundings.
Yeah,
because Germany is
definitely.
now, I think they are very much a Western European country.
For sure.
Yeah.
Also, I think if I go back to Russia, that would be a very interesting experience, first of all. Second of all, they did resume this straight flights, direct flights between
Not
Moscow.
a gay flight, a straight flight. Get me on that gay flight though. That would be a fun flight.
So they resumed the flights between Moscow and Hong Kong before they were cancelled due to obvious reasons.
But you fly to Moscow, you still need to take a train, right? Or another plane?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But before, I would need to go to China and then from China to some city in Russia.
So it's way better. Yeah.
Still not my city, another city and then another city. So it's better and price-wise it's okay-ish, but I'm just mentally not ready to go back. Although, people, just tell me in the comments down below, if I go back to Russia, film some crazy videos about what's going on.
I'd be interested.
The behind the scenes. If I go to like a Russian McDonald's and try it out, would you be interested? I mean, maybe I should just go and do it, you know what I mean?
Everybody who's not Russian or Eastern European has a morbid obsession with Eastern Europe and Russia because it's painted in our media as like a horrible place to live, and like because it's it's capitalism, communism, it's the same kind of rhetoric. And especially in America as well, everybody's like, "Ooh, Russia! Ooh, what's it like growing up there?"
And especially now that this thing is still happening, this whole like political situation is still going on. It's kind of interesting for me as well because it's not the Russia that I last saw.
Yes,
everything changed dramatically. So I would be also curious myself to go there and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And also the last time I went to Russia was 6 years ago before I started doing YouTube. So nobody even saw anything.
Pre-YouTube.
So I didn't film any videos or anything.
All the pictures you have look like a winter wonderland. So nice. But I can imagine that Russia doesn't look that nice in summer.
Well, in summer, okay. In between.
Yeah. Autumn.
When the
spring
is horrible. When the snow melts.
Yeah.
April, around that time. horrible.
Like a sludgy grey.
And everything is grey, dirty, and just depressing.
Aye.
Oh, the other day my mom sent me a picture. It was depressing. I will show you later. I will pop it somewhere on the screen. Once again, over here. Editing. Russia. Depressing. Everything is grey.
Yeah.
No leaves.
Yeah.
All same colors.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
But depressing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just let me know, like, do you want me to go on this experiment, go back to Russia, film some like crazy videos? Let me know. It's gonna be fun. So I went to Budapest, I went to Munich, and these are the things that stood out to me, what I remember right now, because some things they wear off after a little bit because, you know.
Well, they can't have been that shocking then. Yeah, if they wore off, then they're not worth talking about.
That's right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that was quite different is obviously the lack of AC.
Yeah.
Because in Hong Kong, people are so obsessed with AC, even now that the temperature dropped and it's kind of comfortable.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
In the shops, on the bus.
Yeah, on the MTR.
On MTR, the AC is so strong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what we are battling against. Why can't we make the temperature pleasant?
Why can't we make it at least match the outside temperature?
Right?
Why
am I like in the fridge? I went on the bus the other day. I came out purple because I was cold.
Yeah.
I thought if I'm gonna stay on that bus a little bit longer,
You could have caught pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not caught it. Got it.
I jumped out of there. I was like, I cannot take this bus any longer. I
Yeah.
don't have a jacket on me because I don't really need the jacket outside. It's still a comfortable weather. But on that bus, I was literally like starting to shake because
Something is not right when it's more comfortable outside than it is inside. When the weather is cold outside, it should be slightly warmer and cozier on the inside.
Yeah. So still in summer, it is very hot in Hong Kong. I agree. But still, I feel like AC can be lighter
I agree.
than
I
it
agree.
is. It's too heavy.
Yeah.
It's too obnoxious, too cold.
Yeah, for sure.
But when I went to Europe and it was a sunny day and I was very hot and I was like, ooh, let me go inside a shop to cool down.
No.
No.
It's warmer.
It's warmer? I was like, oh, it's a trap. Oh no, I'm sweating even more.
And also, you get in there and you're just like, it smells like beer. Because everybody is outside sweating, and then you're inside, it's even warmer, so it kind of just has like a stanky smell.
Yeah.
And no, not good. Musky, stanky.
I went into Sephora and I was like,
You went into a German Sephora?
Yeah.
How was that?
oh, that one was very underwhelming. It was very small. It was like a corner. It was like a corner instead of a proper Sephora.
Yeah.
It didn't have any room.
Well, we don't have any proper Sephora, but have you seen there's so many, this is a really massive sidetrack, so many Sephoras popping up in Hong Kong.
Right?
So many.
But they're so small.
I know. So there's no point, I don't think.
No point.
Just open one big one.
Yes.
Instead of all these tiny ones.
Because all of them have different merchandise.
Yeah. But we need one with everything. That's it. Like a massive department. I don't understand, but it's very annoying. Anyway.
It's also a Hong Kong thing.
Yeah.
To open bazillion small shops instead of one
all
good
those
one.
tiny IKEAs.
All those tiny IKEAs.
Why not just one big one?
No,
in the new territory somewhere.
I don't
like
know.
a proper IKEA.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, we don't have that. No, I don't know.
Anyway.
So yeah, I went to that Sephora. It was too hot. I freaked out. I went outside. I went to some coffee shop to get some cool drink, and only then I finally breathe in, breathe out.
And you sat outside? Or inside? Yeah, that's how people cool down in Europe. They sit outside.
Exactly.
For the breeze. Yeah.
In Hong Kong in summer, if you sit outside, I'm melting into the chair. I'm like, no. Unpleasant experience.
We did. We went to Sai Kung the other week and we sat, it was like an inside-outside situation, but we had just been on the bus and we were very sweaty, and then in the cafe as well, we were like peeling our legs off of the plastic chair.
Like my underwear was wet.
Yeah.
Sorry to share that, but it was true.
Yeah, it wasn't visible through the other clothes, but yeah, me too.
It was just so bad. But yeah. In Europe, obviously, AC is not a thing. It's not as strong, and not a lot of places have that.
Yeah.
So that was like a bit of a culture shock. I was like, oh, where is it?
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to it now.
Yeah.
The next thing would be that the drivers on the road were way more polite.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would approach the crossroad without the traffic light, and the driver saw me approaching it and stopped. But I was still far away.
What?
And I was like, what the fuck?
My goodness. In Hong Kong, you'd be flat as a pancake in the middle of the road.
Yeah, even if it's your turn to cross.
Yeah, or it would be like, beep, 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 do a little mo, get out the road. Stop screaming at me, I was so far away from you. Sometimes when you're on the road here, maybe the taxi is here, for example, and you are crossing the road here, or the car is here, and you are crossing the road here. That person is already beeping and swearing from this distance. Like, get out the fucking road, do a little more. And then you're like, I'm so far away.
Or you will be crossing the road.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah, legally, on the, yeah.
And the car is approaching, not even stopping.
Oh no, because
going even faster.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it's
it's still a green light. Yeah.
But they're like non-stopping. Like, what?
Well,
are you
because
doing?
for them here, when it turns to yellow, which is kind of like get ready, they're like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very dangerous here on the roads. Be careful.
Exactly. And
on the road, off the road, dangerous.
And when you are a driver and the light just turned, already behind you.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So that was very surprising to me because in general, I never had a problem with drivers in the, Germany and Hungary.
Same in the UK. I felt like most drivers were very attentive to pedestrians, and also nobody ever beeped. If we were crossing the road and a car was turning around the corner, they would like bang on the brakes and just, pedestrian right of way.
Yeah.
And just more respectful.
Yeah.
And even going in the car with my parents, not because my husband is a very good driver. He really is. Like, driving is his passion. So, But even in the car with my parents, I just felt this overwhelming sense of safety on the road, which you don't get here. No. You get on the road here and it's like, anxiety, 1,000. Yeah, even if you're in a bus, minibus, taxi, car, whatever.
Even more scary.
Yeah.
Even more scary.
No, just the roads are very dangerous here.
Yeah. And then one more thing about the traffic light surprised me a lot.
Yeah.
Because in Hong Kong, we have this very particular sound.
Yeah.
And when you are about to cross the road, the sound pops in and you're like, okay, it's my time. It's my turn to go.
You don't even need to be able to see.
Nah, because everybody here are just like on their phones.
Yeah.
We know that already.
Yeah.
We complain about it many times. So people here are on their phones. They can't see anything around them, so they need the hearing aid because they are kind of acting as disabled,
Yeah.
But in Europe, I would be like looking around, like, so beautiful, let me take a picture, let me take a video.
Yeah.
And then everybody's crossing and I'm like, huh? What?
Everyone's gone.
What?
Yeah.
Green light. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I missed it out because I wasn't listening, I wasn't looking because I'm used to the sound.
You've been Hong Kongified.
No! That's another thing. I didn't notice a lot of people walking, staring at their phones.
Yeah, no,
I
me
enjoyed it
neither.
so much.
Yeah.
People are just straight up walking.
People are living in the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they are walking with their friends, they're talking to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the restaurants, also, people are not staring at their phones.
Yeah.
Maybe occasionally, somebody will take it out, blah, 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 whatever. We all do that.
Yeah.
But here, the obsession is just like this. People are walking and playing video games.
Yeah, but
Why?
you know what is unsettling? I feel like it's perfectly fine to be on the MTR and looking at your phone because everybody here, well, not everybody here, some people make eye contact, but it's just more like a staring kind of thing. But we don't want to look at anybody else. We're just on the way to work, on the way back from work, we just want to look on our phone and just forget about the day, whatever. And also, avoid the awkward interaction, In London, I was on the tube and I noticed there was way less people on their phones.
Oh.
And I was also not on my phone because it's been a long time since I was on the tube. So I was like, it smells really bad. Yeah, it's really hot. Yeah, whatever. But also very cool that it's like a very old train system. Quite a vibe. But no, there's less people on their phones. And every time I looked at somebody, I was making like awkward eye contact, which is quite normal in Europe because people, maybe they give like a little smile or just like a an eye contact that's not like a weird stare, like accepting kind of look, like, yeah, I saw you looking at me, I see you too, that kind of thing. Yeah. That doesn't happen here. No. But I felt very uncomfortable, and I'm just like, I definitely didn't feel like that before. I was more accepting of people. Before, and now I'm just like, don't fucking look at me.
Traumatized.
Leave me alone. Yeah. So yeah, that was weird.
I feel like it's fine when you're on MTR and you're looking at your phone because it's boring, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
But people here, they walk.
Yeah.
And stare at the phone, and they are playing video games.
Yeah. Or they're.
Like, are you that much obsessed with that game?
Yeah, to walk and play at the same time.
Because you're walking super slow.
Yeah.
You are crossing the road and look at your phone. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah, no.
So I noticed people in Europe, they don't have their phone in their hands.
No.
It's way better. Way better.
I agree with that, definitely. Yeah. I did notice there was a big difference.
That's a big difference.
A positive difference. Yeah.
That's right. And just overall, how spacious things are is so enjoyable. I mean, I understand Hong Kong it is what it is, right? Yeah. Hong Kong is small, shops are tiny.
Yeah.
You know, the other day I was waiting for a friend, so I went into Sasa to just like kill time. And constantly I need to move to let people go because like this.
Yeah.
Like this.
Well,
the space between the
aisles. For me, I feel like no excuse with actual stores, because in stores they can at least space the,
but they don't want to.
Whatever you call them in the aisles. They can space the aisles a bit wider. But the streets, that's a British problem. We did that on Hong Kong Island. We did that. We made the roads. We made the pavements. They're thin, and the pavements are not wide enough.
Yeah.
Sorry. But that's why I feel like we're more comfortable in the new territories, because we have wider pavements, we have even larger roads, even the kind of small country roads, because new territories is more farm country-ish, even though it's not really. They're much wider. So yeah, we did that. But also, they got rid of so many colonial buildings, right? But why did they not also kind of like destroy the roads and the pavements and make them wider? I don't understand.
I don't know. So yeah, after a while of living in such tight space,
such confines,
and when you go to a country where everything is like, whoo, 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 wow,
I can walk around like this and not hit anybody,
right? Wow.
Not in London.
Also, that brings us to another point, that people in Hong Kong, despite having all these tight places, have zero spatial awareness.
Oh yeah, no.
They will bump into you. They will stand this close to you.
Yeah.
I'm on my favorite MTR, holding a handrail, and people are just touching me, and I'm like, ew.
Yeah. Well, also they
like,
sometimes don't move because they're so engrossed in their phone that they don't realize there's space around them. So sometimes even when the whole train empties, there's still someone right next to you. But then you realize like, well, I'm going to have to move because you're not going to look up from the phone. You don't even know what's going on around you. You have no idea.
No.
Because you don't care. Because you're so, in your other world, whatever it may be.
It's crazy.
Some of those games look fun, but I'm not playing them on the MTR.
No. Another thing would be weather.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It's different places on Earth. They have different weather, of course.
But you did have an issue.
Did I?
You had an issue with Germany being too cold and Budapest being too hot.
I did check the weather forecast before I went. I'm not stupid, right?
Yeah.
But somehow the clothes that I packed for my trip, I somehow miscalculated the whole thing. Whatever. It was my first big trip in like 4 years of pandemic here.
It's fair enough.
So it's fair enough. I made mistakes, but now I learned from them. Next time, I'm gonna be better. So what I packed for Germany was not warm enough because Germany was freaking cold. It was 12 degrees at one point when I went to the mountain.
I don't think we've lived in 12 degrees here. I don't think so.
No.
Maybe 15, maybe.
15, maybe, but that was super cold because of the warm, the wet air.
Yeah, humidity.
But there, I didn't bring enough warm clothes, and I was like, that's so cool. I can feel cold air. But then when I went to Budapest, all of a sudden it became like summer, and everything I had was like a pair of jeans and I was sweating like crazy. I was like, what the heck? So both of my things didn't fit that, or whatever. But I did enjoy being cold in Germany.
Yeah.
Because what was the last time that summer felt cold? Never. Because at that time, it was July. Hong Kong was 50 degrees, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Boiling
Hong Kong,
hot.
No, we were dying.
Wet,
we were
wet,
melting.
wet, wet, wet.
Yeah.
Humid.
Yeah.
So
rainy every day.
I was enjoying. I was like, yeah, it's raining and it smells fresh.
Yes, that smell of European rain.
We don't have that here.
That smell is called petrichor. The smell after the rain, the fresh kind of like grassy sort of. It's like an umami. It's a smell you can't quite pinpoint it. It's just the smell after the rain or during the rain. And it's like, I remember when I went back, I smelt it and I just felt I felt at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a smell.
It was so good.
Where here, after the rain, it smells like wet dog and poo, whatever. It smells so bad.
It smells really bad, yes. Yeah. And it's just no air.
Yeah.
It just becomes more humid.
After the rain, you're like...
So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get sick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even though I was really cold, it was rainy, it was windy, we were on top of the mountain, I didn't get cold. Here, working as a teacher with those snotty freaking kids, I got sick again.
Right now.
Like last time we were recording the podcast, I got bronchitis. This time, yesterday, I got this again.
A blocked nose. Yeah.
And now my throat starts to feel bad. Yeah. I love working with kids.
And also like the constant humidity. Even though now the weather's dropped, it's like cooler, but it's still very humid. Yeah. I don't know. It feels simultaneously cold and hot at the same time. It's really hard to pinpoint. But this humidity just fosters illness.
Yeah,
just spreads it, and
I think so.
It's horrible.
Oh, crazy. And I would also say that public transport was a little bit weird to me. You know why? Because here in Hong Kong, you need to tap your card.
Yeah.
But there, you can buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Which you don't need to tap anywhere. You just you need to have it.
And just show it.
If they ask you.
All right.
Because they don't even ask you. You just go on.
Yeah.
And nobody asks you anything.
They just have faith that you will have got it.
And I'm like, I bought a ticket like an idiot and nobody ever checked. I could have saved some money. Yeah. Because here, of course, you are forced to tap because
This was in Germany or Budapest or both?
Both.
Strange, because the UK is very... London definitely. Mm-hmm. You need to have your Oyster card or you need to use your phone to, it just takes it from your card, which is what I did. And it turns out I didn't really spend that much. I think I spent less than £30 on the tube, even way less than that, I can't remember, but very cheap. But then also when I was in Huddersfield and around Yorkshire, where I'm from, you cannot get on a bus and not have a ticket or pay before you sit down. You cannot.
No.
But that's weird about Europe.
I think
that.
even the Munich Underground, I went there and I was like...
You just went in?
Hello? Do I need to tap anywhere?
Was there no turnstile or anything?
I don't remember.
How does their public transport system function?
I don't know. Because people just pay, I guess? I don't know. Because I did like an idiot. I paid for every single ticket.
It must be an actual public transport system, because in the UK we have private companies doing all of them, like the trains, the buses. It must be like a public, possibly taxpayer money is going towards it, which is probably why it works better.
Because I remember many years ago when I went to Germany for the summer course, I also was forced to buy the transport ticket. And I spent so much money for it.
Yeah.
Because I needed to take a bus every day to go to that place.
Yeah.
Nobody ever checked. You come into the bus, you don't need to show it to anybody. I don't know.
Well, if there's anybody from Germany who watches or listens...
Did I do something wrong? Did I miss a step?
I would like a German... I have a German student right now.
Yeah.
An exchange student in my class. I should ask him.
Yeah.
Let me ask him and I'll get back to you.
Because I know that some types of tickets you need to
Yes.
Do what, like
Get it stamped.
yeah, get it stamped like.
Well, that's so old school. Like,
I know.
Like you're on a steam train.
Exactly.
And you get your ticket punched.
Punched.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
so
the
strange.
word. Yeah, because in Russia, back in many centuries ago,
Yeah.
you need to
Punch
do that.
the ticket.
Punch the
Yeah,
ticket.
yeah, yeah.
So I feel like some of the tickets, that's what I read online, right? Some of the tickets, they need to get punched, and some of the tickets, they just...
No need.
They just exist. They're not electronic ones, you have them.
Strange.
And I'm like, did I do everything right? But I did pay, so money went to the government, okay? I paid.
We'll
Even
find
if I
out
didn't
and I'll let
punch
you
it,
know
okay?
soon.
The money went somewhere, okay? So I don't know.
Oh, that's
ask me.
interesting. Although one day that I was in, I took the train and the train. Oh, the trains in the UK are so expensive. Oh, ridiculously expensive. Like just, it's probably cheaper to rent a car, which is hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Trains in Germany are dysfunctional.
Trains in the UK are probably worse. There's strikes all the time because it's privatized system. Like, we don't even have enough time in the podcast for me to rant about how bad trains are in the UK. Did you go on a train in Germany?
Yeah.
Oh, from the airport to...
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
okay. But because my flight was early morning, 6 a.m., because I'm a cheapskate. Yes, I did it to myself. Yes, I did. And getting to the airport so late in the night, because it's not really morning yet, so it's like middle of the night. Oh, it was an adventure.
Oh, yeah, because...
And I never...
Yeah.
I forgot what it feels like to be scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was not a lot of people. The train that usually goes to airport, straight to the airport, was cancelled that night. They were renovating something. So I got on the train, it doesn't go straight. And they're saying, like in German, because you can't understand what they're saying on these
Well,
things.
you can't understand, even if it's in English, sometimes the tannoy you can't understand. It distorts the voice too much.
It distorts everything. And they didn't repeat it in English, of course, which is okay. I know a little bit of German, so I was like, what? Everybody needs to get off the train. Another one comes, we get on, and it's like in the middle of nowhere. It's black everywhere because it's like in the middle between airport and the city.
And a village.
Just basically a village because Hong Kong is so small, airport is not that far away.
No.
You can still see the city on the other side of the road.
Also, we are really spoiled with transportation here. As much as we complain about it, I arrived back at like 11 p.m. The MTR, I didn't need to get the MTR, I got an Uber because of where I live. But there was so many Ubers waiting for people. The train was still running. It runs until like 1, 2 a.m. I don't know, we're very spoiled.
Yeah.
And especially it gives you a feeling of safety and I'll never get stuck. You won't ever get stuck here.
No,
I doubt.
no.
You won't ever get stuck and you probably won't ever get lost either.
Well, people got stuck when it was typhoon.
Oh, okay.
That's the only time when everything is dysfunctional.
Yeah, typhoon. Yeah.
But I just felt so like freaked out because not a lot of people on that train were with suitcases.
Yeah.
So
And you said not a lot of street lamps as well.
No.
So very dark.
It was just like dark.
Yeah.
Here is the station. It's lit up. Outside the station, wow.
Yeah.
Nothing exists.
That must be scary.
And then that train that we changed to also didn't go all the way. And they said again on that crazy voice that there is a shuttle bus waiting for us for those who want to go to the airport because other people they were just going to their houses, right?
Yeah.
So I get off the last station. I see people with suitcases. I was like, I see the bus. Also, like imagine darkness.
Yeah.
And the bus.
Just a bus.
And that's it.
And nothing else.
And nothing else. So we go there. I get on that bus, and the bus was full of like drunk tourists. And it's just so scary because they're so unpredictable and they stink of beer. And I was just like, oh my God.
Men, by the way.
Yes.
Drunk men.
Drunk men. Which in Hong Kong, we talked about it before in the previous episode, one of the previous episodes. We don't really feel that scared. Yes, we had a few instances of like unwanted.
Okay, if we were in Lang Kwai Fong or up around Soho area and it was drunk Western businessmen, maybe I would be scared, but not really because there's so many other people around.
Yeah.
Like they can't do anything because everybody else is going to see.
Yeah.
There's no situation where we've been on public transport and there's been a group of drunk white men.
Yeah, no. No.
And white guys tend to drink a lot, possibly. And I can't speak because like my partner is Chinese, he doesn't drink. But also I've been out drinking and like Chinese guys, when they get drunk, they don't seem to be extremely predatory.
No.
Or they don't scare me as much as like a group of big 6-foot white men do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like this kind of football mob feeling. That's what I get from groups of white men.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Also, let me address something. Like one of the episodes where we spoke about how safe is Hong Kong.
Oh yeah.
We got a comment. I think it was from a guy. It looks like it's from a guy.
Oh.
That our podcast is boring and the topics are out of date. And it was an episode where we spoke about people recently getting stabbed. And
So he didn't even listen then?
And us feeling unsafe as girls.
Yeah.
So you as a guy tell us that it's out of date to talk about it?
Yeah. But also safety is not like a past, present, future thing. Like it's not like tied to a specific time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like universal. Sorry, it is a past, present, future. Safety can adapt and change.
Yeah.
And you can feel less safe and more safe based on current situations. We were talking about current situations.
True.
Sir.
And also us girls talking about our feelings of how we feel being safe in Hong Kong or not being safe.
Yeah.
And you tell us that it's boring because like you're a dude, you don't have that problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That
Try being
comment
a girl
was
for a day,
interesting.
week, month, hour, minute.
You try. You will not enjoy it. So yeah, just throwing it out there, addressing the
haters. Addressing the haters. The toxic gossip. No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so what was your impression of going back to your homeland?
Okay, so London. I'm just gonna do it very not very quickly, but like I just want to. I'm so sad about how the UK is that I don't want to dwell on it too much. London is fun for touristy things, but when you've been there, done that, it kind of gets old very fast. London still has beautiful architecture and possibly much better food than the rest of the UK because of it mostly being full of, migrants, immigrants, people who come from countries with better food. So we have lots of good food because of that reason. But we stayed in a hotel kind of on the outskirts of central London, and that felt extremely unsafe. There was a feeling of just like, I'm going to get robbed or mugged, or I'm not going to use that word, but it was that kind of feeling. The hotel was meh. It was expensive, but it was meh. It smelled kind of bad. The water pressure was bad. It wasn't extremely clean, but it wasn't dirty. But I was just like, how are people okay with this, especially spending this price? Because for that price, you and I did a staycation in a hotel. Yeah. Hotel prices here, I feel like, are much more affordable, and the quality of service here for hotels and restaurants even way better. So that upset me, especially because I'd spent so much money. Yeah, but whatever. London, go if you've never been. I think it's definitely a good place to go to, but it's a city also, and especially coming from Hong Kong and going to London, it's kind of like same shit, different place, overcrowded, noisy, smelly, but London feels extremely unsafe, and generally, we've spoken about before, Hong Kong feels safe.
Yeah, but also like, once again, addressing that Hong Kong people, they idolize London. Yeah. For no reason at all. I don't know. They idolize it so much because, when the big wave of immigration began, people started leaving Hong Kong
to go to London, or the outskirts of London.
I've seen a documentary. The life that they have there is...
Oh, it's shit. If you are not insanely rich or making a salary where you can afford to rent like a place that's like £2,000 a month, 1,000, 2,000, then you're living in like squalor.
We got cut off because camera was, oh, it's so hot in here.
It's not even hot compared to usual.
I don't know.
Last time we also recorded 1 hour, it didn't overheat. Do you remember? Because usually it overheats and then we have some alcohol, but like these days we drink before we record because we can get our thoughts out clearer, I think, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Maybe not. Okay, yes, UK has a cost of living crisis and it is crisising. The crisis is crisising. So my grandparents, very wealthy, I went down to Devon. They live in heaven, basically. Rhymes also with heaven. I went down to Devon, and Devon's wonderful, lovely, but also the south of the UK is where all the rich people are, and my grandparents fit into that category. So that was really nice to stay with them because, yes, well. And yeah, Devon, beautiful, by the coast, fresh air, so many birds and bees and plants and flowers, and just my grandparents' house is wonderful and lovely, and I wish I lived there, but also not enough going on. I think I would be very bored. But slay, stunning, wonderful. Go to Devon. Devon's beautiful. Then I go to Huddersfield, where I'm from, and I'm just like, wow. So this is the UK. This is the real UK. The high street, everything is either shut down or it's a vape shop for vapes. Everybody vapes. I saw like 9-year-olds. They look 9, but they're wearing like a lot of makeup and they make themselves look older. I saw children vaping. People still wear tracksuits. I thought that was a thing of the past. People still wear the whole thing, like the matching tracksuit. Yeah. And I was thinking like, I've been gone for 5-6 years. This thing hasn't, this trend hasn't evolved. People haven't outgrown this. Everything is really expensive. Food is expensive. Everybody's bills are insanely expensive. Like 10 times more than our bills. Actually 10 times more.
Wow. And
people's salaries are less than what we make here. Yeah. Food is substandard, and my stomach can't handle Western food now. It did eventually, adapt, but everything was very heavy and like buttery and like stodgy is the word. I felt very bloated and painful for the first few days until I adapted. And but in general, I went to a really shitty restaurant and I got a starter and 2 alcoholic drinks. But alcohol is actually cheaper than here when you go to a restaurant. But heck, you can go to 7-Eleven and get really drunk on like $50. But yeah, I spent like £50 on that meal, and it was shit. Like shit. Like genuinely not good. I didn't even finish it. And I just thought, people are okay with this. People are okay to spend this much money on food, spend this much money on bills, live in this genuinely dirty place that smells like weed everywhere, and people are just okay with it. No, nobody's okay with it. Everybody sees the state the UK is in right now, but they're just hoping for like an election or for times to change, things to be better. But I was thinking, why have all these Hong Kong people gone to the UK? Like, you're actually downgrading. Yeah. I mean, okay, no. Based on personal freedom, personal and political freedom and space, you're not downgrading, you're upgrading. But on the cost of life and the quality of life, as in not the time, but not the quality of life. It's difficult to explain because I'm so, my emotions are so wound up in this that I'm just like, I went back and I wanted to have this amazing time where I'm just surrounded by greenery, and yes, in my house I look out the window and it's lovely, but you go out and you live in the UK and you just feel like, why has it got this bad? It was like I was mourning the loss of my home. Yeah. And I compare it to 5 years ago, whatever, but things have really taken a turn for the worst.
And 5 years is not that big of a time stretch, you know what I mean?
Brexit has fucking fucked the UK. That's the real horror story here, the UK in 2023. Well, and obviously a lot of other countries, like Russia is probably fucking worse even, because you don't even have anything anymore.
Nope.
You don't even have credit cards or anything. Nope. Or McDonald's. How do you survive? But yeah, I just feel sad that it was so dirty and expensive and also cold. I'm not good with the cold. I actually don't really find Hong Kong to be too hot. Everybody's shocked when I say that. But I have bad blood circulation. It's,
for me,
yeah.
for me, -30 in Russia is too hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wear my puffer jacket, I unzip, and there's like steam coming out.
Oh my goodness.
That's me.
I felt very, very nice to see my friends and my family, and I felt very warm, and I thought to myself, like, I could see a life in the UK, but these things all need to change. Everything needs to go back to how it was before or improve, not go back, not regress, reinvent. The UK needs to reinvent itself. It needs to, I don't know, man. And like for Hong Kong, I don't have any hope anyway, because why would you have hope in Hong Kong ever changing? No. It's only ever...
It is changing, but...
it's never going to get any better. I have hope for the UK, personally.
Yeah.
But so to see it like that, and based on comparing it to growing up there and even being there 5 years ago, I left because I thought I wanted a life that was better somewhere else. But only better for salary, not better because I already was so spoiled, you know, with like, you know, the price of things and people around me and the space. And then I go back, and what I would like to do one day is escape Hong Kong to have a better life in the UK. But now I'm like, they're equally as shit. Where am I going to go?
Yeah. I mean, right now, probably anywhere in the world, I don't know where we would go.
I don't know.
To feel good.
I don't know.
Because everywhere now feels like shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, maybe it's everywhere. Yeah. Maybe it probably is everywhere, not just the UK. But I just feel overwhelmingly sad for how disappointed I was with the state of the UK. Not when I went to study for my research. I went to Haworth and I was like, I love it so much. But also that's considered like a very middle class, kind of rich area. The place where the Bronte parsonage is, like cobbled streets and, you know, cottages and just traditional British things, and it was just very, very nice. But it's a tourist place. It's not the reality of the UK, which is like people are struggling. The political situation needs to change. The Prime Minister is a transphobe. It seemed like,
you see like good places spoiled by politics.
Yeah. Well, isn't that the situation,
everywhere?
The global situation? Yeah.
What's going on? Like
men.
No tea, no shade. Okay. So that was all the culture shock, all the horror stories for your Halloween entertainment. Yes, so please share in the comments down below. Did you feel culture shock anywhere? Like, where are you from? Where did you move?
Did you come here and feel shocked? Or are you one of those people who lived here and then left? Or are you one of those people who's living somewhere that has always been regarded as better than Hong Kong, but now it's not?
Tell us.
Because that's a very strange feeling. Yeah.
What's going on in your place where you are right now? We would love to know.
Yeah.
And happy spooky Halloween. We'll see you next time.
Bye.